We've got Paul, the owner. How you doing, mate?
Nice to meet you, Ricky.
Yeah, so you come down in your Lotus Carlton. Mate, I've got to say, I really appreciate you coming down.
No worries.
Let's go with the story, man, because there's a lot of stories with this car, right?
Yes, the most famous one out of it is about 40 RA.
Right.
The car was stolen up in the northwest or northwest Midlands. It was taken by a gang of thieves by a bloke called Ricardo and used for a string of ram raids around the area.
It basically got massive attention because
absolutely, yeah, because they even pulled it out outside a police station, done a ram raid outside a police station, and the police just could not catch it.
So they were driving Metros at the time,
They were driving
right?
Metros at the time, clocked at 90 miles an hour, and this car was hitting 175 plus. So
crazy.
They even set out the West Midlands helicopter to try and catch it down the M6,
Still couldn't.
and it still outrun the helicopter.
Wow.
So
And the guys never got caught till this day,
they never
right?
got caught to this day. The car was dumped in a canal.
Oh, it was officially,
yes,
yeah?
officially dumped in the canal, and
Right.
that was found about 3-4 years ago, with all the roof caved in and everything else.
Wow.
But the guy Ricardo Ostini, he's one of our Facebook members.
So is that the guy who owned the
Owned
original
the 40
car?
RA,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and he's bought another Lotus Carlton and put the 40 RA edge back on it.
No way.
So there's another one back out there.
No way. As he's saying, this car did 177 miles per hour in 1990. Between 1990 and 92, this car was produced. 177. So at the time, it was equivalent of the fastest supercar at the time, which was
Quicker than the Porsche turbos, but up there on par with the Tesla.
3.6 litre engine, twin turbo.
That's it. Yeah.
Garrett turbos.
T25 Garretts, two of those, pushing 0.7 bar of pressure.
Yes.
Or boost. The engine's a straight 6, it's a flat 9 in 6, and it's been stroked. It hasn't been bored out. It was a stroked engine to make it 3.6 from a 3 litre.
So this was like a collab with Vauxhall and Lotus under General Motors, right?
That's the one,
So they did a collab to bring their equivalent of a high performance Vauxhall. Forged engine, it's like forged pistons,
It is forged, it's got forged pistons, it's got mole pistons, slipper pistons, forged crank, forged rods. The head is the same, and the block's been reinforced as well. So the block was recast and reinforced with more webbing to stop it from splitting.
0 to 60, what was it, 5.2 seconds?
Its standard is 5.2 on the books, but they do it at 4.8.
Rear wheel drive, LSD.
LSD, limited slip diff, no traction control.
No traction.
Just your right foot.
And I think it was weight was 1655 kilos.
That's it.
Yeah. So I mean, compared to today's standard car, it's pretty light.
Yeah.
I mean, back then that must have been pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And only finished in one colour, right?
That's right, Imperial Green.
Imperial Green.
The colour you see now.
It does look black, doesn't it, actually, Joe? Cameraman was...
In any normal light, it would look black.
But this one has actually had a bit of work. So I mean, do you want to mention that?
We've rebuilt the engine, so we've still got slipper pistons in it, different pistons, but they are still 3.6. The turbo's been wound up to 1.5 bar.
Right.
It's got a multi-layered steel head gasket on it, and it's running 1000cc Bosch injectors with a Haltech 2500 Elite ECU.
So you're saying it's still stock power right now, or?
It's still stock power at the moment at 400.
So you're running more boost. So how does that work then? Like, does it feel different?
It does feel a lot different. Yeah, a lot different. It's a lot more pull, a lot more punch.
A lot juicier as well.
Not juicier as well. Yeah, if you put your foot down, it does drink. But the power's been sort of like limited by the ECU, just why it's being run in and broken in.
And what do you do about fuel? Is it only 99 run, or does it matter?
It is 99 run.
99
if you
run,
put the new stuff in it, you don't like it.
Is this how it came?
No, we changed the colour. That's a gold. Purely the reason was my brother-in-law's got a Lotus Omega, and his is all chrome and polished up, and they go to shows together. So while we got the engine out, we thought we'd do it gold. So you got a silver and gold engine together.
Awesome, man. Honestly, it's got the arches, you know, like the E30s, like old school era, man. This is when cars were awesome. Obviously, it's based on a Vauxhall Carlton, right?
That's right, the GSI.
Redesigned body kit. You know, you got the fenders, we got the rear spoiler as well. Man, what is it? AP racing brakes?
Yep, 4-pot AP racers at the front and 2 pots at the back.
Honestly, it's like I'm starstruck right now having this at the unit. I'm not even joking. Let's have a look at the interior. So it's still got the self-leveling suspension?
Yes, yeah, everything's all stand on leveling on the on the suspension. Yeah.
Look at this, man, Lotus. What would have been its rivals, like the M5s of its time?
The M5 of its time, was the rival, and the Mercedes, it was C500s.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Corvette ZR1 gearbox.
ZR1 Corvette.
Long gears.
That's it. Yeah.
Bulletproof? Any issues or?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I've had no problems with it at all.
Apparently 55 miles per hour in first gear. I was reading.
Yeah.
So guys, I've been doing my research.
You'll break all the speed limits in second gear.
Got a Clifford here as well. Man, it's in clean condition as well. So Paul, what are we looking at then? Because this was 48 grand new.
Yep.
I suspect it's still similar money or maybe more?
No, this is valued through the insurance at 65.
Okay. So it's worth a bit more, yeah?
It's worth a little bit more.
48 grand back there was like double, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how has ownership been? Is it, you know, honestly, has it been?
It's been a nightmare, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare, yeah?
Yeah, bought the car, like I said, 7 years ago. Within 20 minutes of driving down the road, the blew dead gasket.
Oh my God.
Not purely for the fault of the car, but purely where the person had it didn't understand the car.
Right.
They put ARP studs in the head instead of the standard stretch bolts.
Right.
And what they didn't know is you have to cut them down to a certain length.
Okay.
And he didn't do that, and the head was sitting off the block.
Okay.
So we booted it and gave it some power. It just blew the head gasket.
Right.
But that's all been done now and rectified. So yeah, she's running MLS steel head gasket with the ARP studs. And yeah, touch wood, she has been bulletproof up to now. So yeah, hopefully she keeps going that way.
Dream car?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you ever seen it come out? Yeah.
Owned anything else fast?
I need a 24 valve GSI.
Okay.
I had them all my life, and that's why it went on to the Lotus.
So you Vauxhall all the way, yeah?
Vauxhall all the way. Mrs. has got the Monaro HSV.
Oh, I swear down.
Yeah, they're the VXR, so
nice.
yeah, we're Vauxhalls all the way.
Paul, do you want to give it a rev? Pretty quiet. Hear that straight six though, can't you? Nice. And you say 7 years you've owned the car? Paul,
Yeah, 7 years I've owned them now, so.
Any other sort of common faults with these cars?
They've got a weak bell housing, which the pin used to snap and throw the arm about inside the gearbox, and that used to crack the bell housing. But then being in the club, the modified part is made by the club.
Is it a permanent fix?
And that's a permanent fixture.
Wow, it does move, doesn't it? It's quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, very quiet.
You know, from the exhaust revs, you can hear it's an inline six, right? Not V6.
Yeah, it's inline six.
Yeah. It's a deceiving power, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what I noticed is with quiet cars with no exhaust tone, the boost creeps up on you more.
Yeah.
My God. I mean, that's gonna just relentlessly pull like that each gear, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pulling each gear. There's no let on it.
It's fast, definitely. Deceiving power is what I call it. Jeez, that comes on, doesn't it? Bloody hell, it is quick, isn't it? So what would you say about handling? You say there's a little bit of body roll.
There is a little bit of body roll. It is a 90s car at the end of the day. The torque and the power delivery is just insane.
Yeah. I mean, it comes on strong, innit? It comes on very strong. What is it revving out to?
Just over 6.5.
Man, yeah, that. Jesus. I mean, imagine that rev to 7.5, for example.
Cool.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
If that just kept going. Don't power. Yeah. It comes on pretty viciously, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is the good thing about this turbo is that the power delivery from the turbos is a hit. It's a constant hit.
Satisfying, man.
Satisfying, yeah. Whereas the turbos of the day are very gradual. They ease you into that power.
And, how much do you drive the car? Is it like just odd weekend?
No. Any dry day she's out. If I come home from work and it's a dry day, she comes out.
Sick.
So yeah, she's not a trailer queen. She's not a garage queen. She is.
She gets driven.
She's driven.
Man. Now, boy. Mate, that really does pull, doesn't it? So police, they're out in their metros.
Yeah, they didn't stand a chance.
What a chance, yeah. I mean, them gears are nice and long, aren't they?
From 50 to 70 in third gear, it's just over 2 seconds.
It's my turn, people. Lotus Carlton, you know. Mate, that was sick, Paul. This is sick. So you say it's basically got a base map back to stock, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's ready for more power?
It's ready for more power, but we can't do that until we've got it on the rolling road to extract that power.
And what's that going to be this week? You getting it back on the road?
Hopefully next week we'll get it on the rolling road, or if not the week after. We've got a little niggly issue we've got to sort out first, so she is good to go to extract that more power.
Twin turbos, man. Garrett T25s. We've got a nice amount of weight in this wheel, man. It is electric. It is power steering, isn't it?
It's power assisted. Yeah, it's power assisted.
So I think it's what I watched yesterday is the slower you go, it actually gets lighter, and the faster you go, it gets a bit tighter, a bit more weighty.
That's it.
I mean, there's nothing giving the game away right now. It's driving like a normal car, which is the idea, right? Okay, Was that into fifth?
That's,
I went.
that's into fifth you went,
Yeah.
like me.
Let's gradually build it. Wow, bloody hell! It moves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fifth, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to- But you can feel that gearbox was bulletproof, right?
Yeah.
Solid, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we've had any problems with gearboxes at all.
Wow, yeah. This with some more power. I mean, not that it needs it, but my God, could you imagine? I just can't help but think 1990 people were running this kind of power.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely
What the
mad.
fuck?
I suppose that's why the government wanted to try and ban it. How can a family saloon car have that sort of power?
I know we said it in the intro, but for anyone that may have missed it, this was as quick as like the fastest supercar of its time. Quicker than a Porsche Turbo. It was quicker than what was the other car?
Ferrari
another-
Testarossa, that was on par with.
So that did 193 or something, was it?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, something like that. I mean, there is a talk out there that if you go into sixth gear and then you drop it down to fifth and red line it, it will
Yeah.
go. Yes.
Yeah, so I'd see that yesterday. Someone says you hit the rev limiter in fifth gear, it will let you bypass the 177.
Yeah, of course,
It's metal.
yeah.
Let's go first gear.
Yep.
Yeah, look, we're in third gear, low RPM, but look, built-in boost. You know what? It's all about a car without a loud exhaust, man. Like a lot of like the generation now, like even myself, it's like I do it for content reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a car feels way quicker without no crazy exhaust sound. Guys, like this is a car you got to be fully respectful for. There's no carving into corners. It's not my. You're saying it's insured for 65 grand.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon he's gonna go up to, Paul? Like, do you reckon they're gonna?
I reckon they're going to go to about 85, 90 and then they're going to just hover and stop.
Is there any of these even up for sale right now? Or?
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we know quite a few that are up for sale. We know of a good one of our club members who passed away, and that's up
Okay.
for sale for 65,000. So that's a clean example.
Yeah, okay, Paul. I think I will end the video there, man. And sorry, family?
Yeah, that's my son Leo.
Yeah. And you got a car as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what, do you want to just mention what it is?
Well, I've got a GSI 24 valve, so it's the car that this used to be before it got converted by Lotus.
Okay.
So it didn't have any of the body panels on it or anything like that. It's all been converted, so it's got Lotus spec stuff all over it.
So it's like this, basically?
It looks exactly like this, yeah.
Awesome.